All right, so we're a little short on time for today's pre-workout meal, and I gotta pick up Brittany soon. So instead of doing chicken and rice and all that fancy stuff, we're just gonna whip up a quick protein pancake. Got the ingredients right here. And when I picked up this My Protein bag of instant oats, or so it says on both sides, instant oats, I'm thinking, cool, a big bag of oatmeal. Until I opened it up and saw that inside. Now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, it looks like sawdust. Now, I didn't realize that this wasn't actually oatmeal. It was finely ground oat dietary supplement. So essentially, it's the same macros as oatmeal, except it's not flaky like oatmeal would be. You know, the normal, typical, instant Quaker oats that you put in a bowl with water, milk, toss it in that guy right there, eat it, eat it. This is actually like oat flour. So if you ever see a recipe call for oat flour as a substitution for white flour or almond meal or anything like that, that's what this is. It's oatmeal ground up into a powder. So I didn't know that, but that works out in our favor right now because we're gonna make a protein pancake, and that's the consistency we're looking for. So we're gonna use about 40 grams of that right there, a scoop of the cinnamon roll protein powder. We're gonna use a little bit of coconut oil just to grease up that pan, and then just some egg whites for the liquid. So very, very simple. Hopefully it comes out tasting good. Come on. All right, I'm gonna give you a lowdown on pancakes. You cook it on a very low heat. You put a lid on top. So it starts to cook the top of the pancake. What you do is when you see the pancake start to bubble on top a little bit, remove the lid, flip it, turn the heat off. The pan is still hot enough to cook the other side. Without overcooking it, you get a fluffy pancake. And Travis, if you're watching this, I still like waffles better. All right, we take a peek. That's what we're looking for, a bubbling pancake. Heat goes off completely, and now the flip. If you guys can see that nice and golden brown, flip it over. The heat is off. The pancake will continue to cook on the other side, and that's pancakes 101. All right, you have 5 seconds to guess which color I got. I'll shut up for 5 seconds. Say it out loud to yourself. You don't have to write it in the comment section. 5, 4, you're wrong. No, most of you are probably right. But I got a white and a blue. So actually, I picked these up because I know when Brittany gets out of work, she's tired and everything, and she's not really a huge fan of taking pre-workout. Mainly at least the one that I have, because she doesn't really like beta-alanine, getting the tingles. And to address the comments of people asking why do YouTubers drink so many Monsters, I do not drink them that often. I can't speak for everyone. I know it appears as though people drink them every single day on YouTube, but I probably drink maybe 1 Monster per week, and usually only on the weekends. So maybe on a Saturday if Britt and I are going out or whatever, I'll pick up a Monster, and that will be it. During the week, I don't really drink them at all. I drink coffee in the morning, a pre-workout before the gym sometimes, and that's really it. So they do taste good, that's why we drink them, but I think some people are actually addicted and drink them daily. But not me. Locked out? No, no. What's going on, everybody? We are back in the gym for another training session. Unfortunately, I don't have Britt here with me to do this commentary as she's at work, and I really wanted to get this video out to you guys by Saturday morning. So I started out with some squats. I told you guys I would be squatting about 3 to 4 times per week, messing around with different things like pause squats, different percentages, and today was pause squats. So 6 sets of 3 here, and I noticed this was my first set. I was not going as deep as I would have liked after watching it back in the gym. So I made sure to correct that mistake moving forward, and these looked much better. I was getting below parallel. I wasn't going into excessive lumbar flexion, and I'm still playing around with my grip width, my stance, and a whole bunch of different technical things, but I noticed when I brought my feet in a little bit, I felt a little bit more powerful. So that's something that I'm still playing around with, and it'll probably take a little while until I'm 100% comfortable and confident with the squat and with my technique. And I'll obviously share that with you guys, maybe some of the things that help me out and that can also possibly help you out as well. So that was the start of the workout, 6 sets of 3 on the pause squats. And then the rest of the day was a push day. So Brittany started out with some triceps, but we didn't get that on film. The gym was crowded when we first got there. So she was doing triceps, moved over to some seated shoulder press, and I went ahead and did 6 sets of 3 on the bench press as well, doing this pause, just like the squats. So nothing too crazy as far as weight goes, just trying to focus on getting a nice long pause and being as explosive as possible. And you guys have probably seen a lot of articles floating around now on the internet talking about elbow flare, talking about should you bench press in a straight line, should it be in an arc? What it really ultimately comes down to is where are you the most powerful while reducing the risk of injury the most? So many people are concerned with how much should they tuck their elbows, what degree should they be tucked at, how much should you flare, should you push in a completely straight line, should you push with an arch back, and all these different cues and tips. And what it really comes down to is what position are you powerful in and what position will you not get injured in? So some people are not really comfortable with elbows tucked a lot. I mean, there are certain things that you should watch out for. Your elbows should not be completely flared because that puts a lot of unnecessary stress on your anterior delts and can lead to injury. So there are definitely things you could do to avoid your injuries. So a lot of people, if their knees are caving in on the squat, you can work on your hip abductors, you could work on your glutes. There are things you could do to correct these mistakes, but as far as just basic form, if you're comfortable doing something and you know there's not a big risk for injury, there's nothing wrong with sticking with that. But I'm a huge fan of just experimenting with different things. And that's one of the cool parts about putting these videos out here on YouTube for you guys to watch, because I know there are a ton of advanced lifters out there. Everyone has their own different techniques and cues and tips, and you guys give me constructive criticisms and feedback, and then I can use that feedback in my own training. So that's what I try and provide for you guys. You know, I think of some stuff that has helped me with my lifting, and I try and pass that on to you. And some of you tell me that it helps. Some of you might not use the advice that I give, or it might not feel comfortable for you, and that's completely fine. And that's the awesome part about lifting, is that every single person pretty much has their own style, and we all progress in different ways. And by sharing these different things with one another, it allows us to incorporate something new and different into our own training. So look at some of the best athletes and some of the best trainees in the world. They're always looking for that edge. They're looking for something different and tweaking their technique to become better at what they do. So there's always a way to improve on something, and I think just sharing different ideas with one another is the best way to do so. So that's gonna wrap up this commentary and this workout, and that's it, man. Yeah! You made it to the outro. Thank you guys as always for watching. In case you missed the previous video, it's playing right there on the screen for you. Click it and it will open up in a new window. If you want to join the VIP list, which is free, or apply for my online coaching, you could do so right here on this screen. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so before you leave. So thanks again, guys, and we will catch you all in the next video.